What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Alright, we're coming back to Ningen Isu. Yes, indeed. How about that? Ningen Isu fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-boobity-bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Alvaro Matus and Krauser. They both want to see me react to the song by Ningen Isu called Heartless Scat. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, hang on, this sounds familiar, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Ningen Isu. It's shocking. And the video has 8.6 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Ningen Isu, Heartless Scat, and whatever that says, I have no idea. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Great instrumental. Is this whole song an instrumental? There's a lot that could be done. If this is an instrumental that I could see, we're in D for starters, which I love. That's like my favorite key. Boom. Yeah, we're in D. We're in D. Going down to the A sharp, the way they're doing, going down to the 6, they've already established that pattern. 6, back up to the root, down to the 6, back up to the root. There's a lot of ways, if they were to make this an instrumental, that this could go. And all of them are great. I don't know. I mean, this may be an instrumental, it may not. I actually, believe it or not, I'm kind of hoping it is. Because there's a lot of things that they could do with that chordal pattern that they came up with. Let's see what happens here. Heavy. Nuts.
佇むこの私に甘かける日は来るだろうか日の目を見る日あるだろうか天使様シャバダバティアシャバダバティアシャバダバティアババババシャバダバティアシャバダバティアシャバダバティアババババ
All right, it's not an instrumental. There's vocals, obviously. I mean, look. I mean, I was kind of hoping it would have been instrumental, but it's okay. The vocals are fine. Got heavy, but when they kicked back in, boy, that riff, that feel, yeah, that 16th note pattern, really heavy with the accents on the downbeats. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a, yeah, really nice. Really nice. Love those accents. The flat 5 to the 4 to the 3 to the 4 to the 3 down to the 1. Really nice. That dark, dissonant riff that always resolves though. It always resolves back to the 1 again. I got no problem with that. I've said this before in the past. I have no problem with dissonance. I like dissonance as long as it resolves. When people go dissonant and they stay dissonant and it never resolves, I have a problem with that. I am not a fan of that. I've never enjoyed that. But they're resolving it every single time. And I really, really dig that. Loving the riffs, loving that heavy feel. Vocals sound good. I have no idea what he's talking about. I have no idea what the subject of the matter of the song is. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't care. I really don't care. He could be talking about, you know, hooking up an air conditioning unit, or, you know, how he installed a ceiling fan in his bedroom yesterday. I mean, he could be making a song up about that, and I honestly would not care. I'm here for what I'm hearing instrumentally and what I'm hearing from vocals from him as far as notation goes. I don't know what the subject matter of the song is, and like I said, quite frankly, I don't care. I am here for the music, man, and it sounds great. Really enjoying it.
実らぬ
Nice
この
layout.
私にビスに乗る日は来るだろうか愛を抱く日あるだろうか女神様シャバタバティオシャバタバティオシャバタバティオババババシャバタバティオシャバタバティオ
Oh, no shit. Did we go up to A? You went up to A. Wow. That's quite the jump, going from D to A. That's a fifth. It went up a whole fifth. So I guess we went... I mean, how would that have made sense? How would he have made that so smooth? D to F to A? 1, 3, 5? That would make the most sense. So let's see if that's what happened. Was it D to F to A? Let's see. I mean, that'd make the most sense. Oh,
「
Yep. To F. F to A. Wow. Wow. Something so simple as literally going D to F to A. 1 minor third fifth. Something so simple, but yet so effective. This is what you hear me say this all the time. Simple can be effective when it's done properly. Boy, Exhibit A. Ladies and gentlemen, the defense rests. I mean, seriously, what more do you need to see to prove that theory? That was so simple to do, but yet it sounded so good. Now Renee, the whole song, yeah? Well, this part. Great accents. Now where? So they treated that section like a bridge, basically. And now they're back into the main riff like they had at the beginning of the song. That's great. That's fantastic. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious by now. You guys could probably tell I'm digging this, and I absolutely am. The accents are all in the right places. I like everything they're doing, almost to the point of being predictable with the accents. I mean, you could feel them coming. You know they're gonna do them, so I like that. Chordally, as far as chordal progression goes, wasn't ready for that move from the D to the F to the A, like I talked about earlier, and then having the bridge be an A. It was a long bridge, but it felt good. It absolutely felt good, and it's necessary. For a song as long as this song is, having a longer bridge, it makes sense. Either to have one long bridge or two shorter bridges. In this situation, I'm going to say the longer bridge makes more sense. Having two separate bridges, especially if they're in different keys, that could be a little distracting. So having the one long bridge makes sense. Let's keep going. Let's just keep going here. that vocal progression right there. That vocal progression right there, really nice. 1 5 1 flat 5 1 minor 3. Really nice. Oh wait, it was 4. Ba 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 ba. Hold on. No, it was 4. It was 4. Okay, so 1 5, 1 flat 5, 1 4. And then instrumentally, to resolve, it might have gone to the minor 3. That would make sense. Let me hear that again. Maybe. Was there a third in there? 5 5. No, it was 4. It was 3, all right. Hold on, let me play along with it. Yeah, I was right the first time. So I was right the first time. 1 flat, it was 1 5, 1 flat 5, 1 minor third. I was right the first time. I should have just trusted my gut. I don't know why I'm second guessing myself. I had it right the first time. Shoot. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Trust your pitch. You were right. God, I'm always second guessing myself. Sextuplets to end it out. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. I mean, I've heard everything I need to hear. I've pretty much got a score in mind. I just need to make sure. But I've already got a score in mind. It may go up or down a little bit, but at least I have a starting point. So let me get my thoughts together. Let me refine that score and make sure it's what I want to go with. And I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Ningen Isu with a tune called Heartless Scat. This was a request from Alvaro Matus and Krauser. Okay, I thought about it, and the score that I had in my head, actually, it did change slightly. Like when I say slightly, I mean literally like 0.1. It did change 0.1. Now, did it go up? Did it go down? I'm not gonna say. It doesn't matter because this is the score I came up with. This is it. So. You know, like your imaginations run. Maybe it was 0.1 higher, maybe it was 0.1 lower. I'll never say. And don't bother asking me because I'm not going to tell you, okay? Just take the score that I give it and accept it, all right? Anyway, let's get to it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I feel like I've been giving a lot of these out lately, but this definitely earned it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 9.2. 9.2. You heard me. I didn't stutter. That is the score I feel this song deserves. Let me tell you why.
Why?
People have this misconception of me that I don't like long songs. He hates long songs. DH hates long songs. I want to be very clear about this, and I've said this in pretty much every video where the song is long. But I want to be very, very clear about this and hopefully clear up any misconceptions that people have about me. I have no problem with long songs, as long as the song is a really good song, or better, a great song. I thoroughly am entertained and I thoroughly enjoy it. As long as those three things happen, I got no problem with long songs. As a matter of fact, I'll usually give the score a little bit of a bump because it managed to do that. It managed, a long song managed to be enjoyable and keep me entertained. I'll usually give it a little bit of a bump. Now, there are songs out there that are very long and I get bored. I don't like the song. It's a poorly written song, a poorly executed song, whatever the case may be. Not very pleasing to the ear. Yeah, I'm not a fan of those. And the scores reflect, I promise you. They are down there, under 5s, absolutely. Down in the 4s and 3s. Sometimes down in the 2s and 1s. Yeah, so I got no problem with long songs as long as I'm enjoying it and I'm entertained. So this is the case for this song. Was it over 8 minutes long? Yeah, it was, but you know what? It didn't feel like 8 minutes. It felt like about 6, if I'm being honest here. Which means the time was flying by because I was having a good time. The chordal progression in this song, the chordal flow, man, I dug it. I really dug it. I loved the accents too within the chordal progression. The constant accenting on 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So you had this 16th note pattern going. So 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a, but they weren't just playing straight 16ths. They were putting accents on the downbeat. So it was 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and that was just constantly, it was like that train engine, man. Just constantly driving forward up that mountainside, not letting anything slow us down. It felt so good, man. Really did. I dug the feel of the entire song, mainly due to that chugging, constant, relentless, to some, I would call it relentless, accents on those downbeats to really keep the song moving forward, chugging along. Love it. Love everything about that. They were in D for the most part, my favorite key. Love that. The riffs they were coming up with, going down to the 6, back up to the 1, down to the 6, back up to the 1. 6, 5, 1. You know, that was really nice. And then the progression where they would go flat 5, 4, minor 3, 4, 3, 1. That was also really nice. And it was dissonant. Yes, it's dissonant. But here's the thing. I have always said this as well. I got no problem with dissonance as long as it resolves. And every single time they would bring in dissonance, it wouldn't stick around for very long before they would resolve it. I dug that. I absolutely dug that. The guitar tone on this, loved the guitar tone. A nice, crunchy guitar tone without being thick. It was more of like a hard rock tone within a borderline metal feel. I mean, it was actually really nice. I mean, yeah, it's a hard rock song, but that chugging, that constant chugging, man, I mean, any heavier with that chugging, and I might say this sounded more metal than hard rock to me. I mean, it was borderline. I like both, so I'm easy either way. It makes no difference to me. But the guitar tone definitely helped influence me more toward a hard rock sound. And I think that was a very appropriate guitar tone to have for this style of song. The bass had some distortion on it, and that definitely helped keep the sound full and unhollow, which was really nice. But at the same time, the bass wasn't overly distorted, like I've heard so many other bass players do. Bass players are so funny. When they get a distortion patch, it's like a kid at Christmas time. They're like, ooh, I get to use distortion finally. And then the first thing they do is they crank it to make it sound like a guitar. I did that. I'll be the first to admit, when I first discovered using distortion, I took my old DoD American metal, that god-awful, ugly purple, metallic purple DoD pedal that I had, plugged it into my bass, and I cranked that thing like a guitar. Oh man, did it sound horrible. Did it ever sound horrible? I thought it sounded great at the time. Looking back, oh my God, what was I thinking? No, he had a very appropriate sounding distortion patch. It was a little thick, it was a little heavy than your typical distortion on bass, but since they're a three-piece, I think he can get away with it a little bit more. Plus, he had his EQ, I think, set up to have that style of a distortion patch. That's a big deal. When you're a bass player messing around with distortion, you gotta be aware of your EQ. If your bass is too high, it doesn't matter how much distortion you take off, it's gonna sound muddy. It's just gonna sound muddy. So you gotta turn your bass tone down, bump up your mids, bump up your trebles just a little bit to give it the bite that it needs. So that was, but he did a great job with his tone. Drumming sounded great in this. You could hear that gong. I mean, I saw the gong in the video and I'm like, people use gongs in videos all the time. Doesn't mean you're gonna hear it in the music, but you did. You heard it clear as day, both from the strikes and from the rolls. It sounded really good. It kind of added like a little bit of harmonic overtone. It kind of added that six within the chordal structure, and it sounded really nice. Actually, it fit really well. I had no issue with it, and the rest of the drums sounded fantastic as well. The drum playing in this was fantastic. That bridge section, the transition, the way they did it to make it blatantly obvious. Now, when they went up, like when I heard them go from the D to the F to the A, I was like, why? Why are they doing that? They're bringing it to some sort of an apex before they bring it down in the groove? Nope, they went into a bridge structured in A. I thought that was really well done. I thought that was very well executed. It was a long bridge, yes it was, but for the length of the song, it was, I would dare say it was necessary. It felt like it needed to be there. Even with the length, it needed to be there. I dug that. And then of course they came, when it was time to leave, they go right back. I'm actually glad that they did not regress down. I'm glad they didn't go A to F to D like they did when they went up and then hold it. I'm glad they just suddenly dropped back down into D. It was abrupt, yes, but it was a pleasant abruptness. Like it kind of needed to be done to make that statement of we're back in the groove again. You know what I mean? It was very well done. The ending, yeah, with those accents, loved it. The vocal line, what the A to the. So it was D to A, which is the fifth, D to G sharp, which is the flat five, and then D to the F, which is the third. I allowed myself to get confused, and I shouldn't have. I said 1 to the 5, 1 to the flat 5, 1 to the minor third. I said that originally, and then I second guessed myself. And I thought maybe it's going to the G instead of the F. Maybe it's 1 to 5, 1 to flat 5, 1 to 4. And I should not have second guessed myself. I should have just stuck to my guns and said, it's 5, flat 5, minor third. I should have just stuck to my guns because that's what it was. After I verified it, I was sitting there kicking myself going, why didn't I just stick to my guns? But anyway, it sounded really good. I thought that was a very effective vocal pattern that he was doing. His vocal tone on this was very appropriate. I had no issue with anything he sang at all. And then the ending with those sextuplets, that was great, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, man, that felt good. It really felt good. No, this was by far the best song I've heard from Ningen Isu so far. This is my third reaction to them, and they've just gotten better. I remember I wasn't the biggest fan of their first song. I thought it was really good. I thought it was okay. I had no problem with it. It didn't catch me. The second reaction I really enjoyed. I had a lot of fun listening to it. This, now I see what they're capable of from a songwriting standpoint, and this was a very impressive song. I absolutely Gotta tip the hat to them for their songwriting ability and for their execution. I wonder if they play this song live. I'll bet they do. This sounds like a cornerstone song, like the kind of song that kind of sets them apart and really defines them as a band, or at least defines the realm of which their musical scope can go. I really hope they play this live. I'm almost positive they do. If they don't play this song live, that's criminal, because this song needs to be played live. I'd love to see that sometime. But in any case, 9.2, that is the score I set on with, and that is where we are going to stay. So, 9.2, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.